You guys, hi. Here I am thinking outside my store about this week. And if you've been following us, we have a big event on Saturday called It Took a Village. And I'm taking these 5 days before to point out things that we learned during the pandemic, 5 of them, that we are going to carry forward because they ended up, I guess, the pandemic forced us into doing some things like creating an online bookstore. I'll talk about that later. Or also just realize that, for everything there is a season. And when that season comes, like today's topic, candy, and also gifts, it's a really good idea for us to keep that going. Oh my gosh. Okay, so when I first started in Bookland, you would go to these conventions of booksellers, whatever. And I remember them always saying, you should really have impulse buys by the register, especially candy. Oops. And I'm like, what? I didn't really get it, but I tried it. And periodically I have had it, but it never really took off enough for me to devote precious space to it. Well, you guys, during the pandemic, you really bought a lot of candy. And we noticed sometimes it was for others and sometimes it was for you, and that's okay. But this was a season. The pandemic was a season for us to realize that why not be a bookstore that also sells candy? And I know you guys will laugh, but one of the things, because I guess I'm a lawyer or I'm so literal, I insisted for my candy that there be messages, like it was a little chocolate greeting card. So at first, these are the cutest. Happy birthday, come on. It's something girls need, chocolate, I heart chocolate. These boxes, a little bigger, let's celebrate, thank you, bad day, cheer me up, and then again, just chocolate. It's our bestseller. And then I did the angle of, local. Oh my gosh, Four Brothers, you guys loved it so much. We have a huge display over there of all of their wares. They are made 1.5 miles up north on Naperville Road. Huge response to those. And I thought it was maybe Christmas, but guess what? It's not. So you guys, we expanded because let's face it, these are not greeting cards. This is just plain fun chocolate. So we love Hammonds. We sell a bunch of their stuff. And you have to write your own darn greeting. Sorry. So this is what we have every day. We call it Candyland. And we have bigger boxes. These are my favorites. I love the way these are kind of old-fashioned packaging. Hard candy. This is one of my favorites. Birthday treats. Normal, I call them. And then really sour. What is it with you guys? And the sour, but we sell a ton of those. Candy Club is super fun. They're about $6. I love these, also gifty, or keep them in your car. And we basically are going to give away, in celebration of what we have learned during the pandemic, of course, a big basket of candy. And I'm so excited for some of you to win it. And I was going to start with like a small basket, but let's face it, you guys know me by now. One thing that we've added, and you guys know because we've been giving away samples of these caramels, is these family-made McRae's caramels. And every time I give one to you, I tell you that they are to be savored slowly. And we have their best sellers, which is vanilla, scotch, and deep chocolate. And so for sure, that is going to be, this is a tasting kit. You can have a little tasting and everyone tells what they like. There's little ones, which are 2 something. I think that those little blue jars are 6 something, and the little take it withs are maybe $2.95, and I'm sure the boxes are more like 9 or 10. So you guys, we have a Candyland now, and I think what we also learned is that y'all wanted to buy gifts. And at first I thought, well, they aren't going out much. They are needing to go someplace where they can see the left and the right wall and the back wall during the pandemic, and they feel safe there. And I've always thought, books are the best gift. We don't need to have a gift section. But it turns out that sometimes you want to add a little something, or sometimes the person you're buying for doesn't read as much as you do. And so we started selling more gifts. I mean, at first, I did have things, mugs, but they were always book related. Like, these are the cutest, these Rifle Book Club mugs. I have a huge box of them because that's what I thought we sold. And then I realized that some of you went for these. We sell a lot of Rifle greeting cards, and when the sales rep told me about these, I'm like, I guess we're selling mugs. Who would have thought? And then we went into another greeting card expansion. Rendale is a watercolorist from Britain. You guys, we sold so many of her mugs in the fourth quarter, as well as who thought I would ever be selling this? This is a thermal mug, and that came because y'all were meeting your friends, gathering outside, and wanted a way to walk and talk, but with your coffee. And then we went into fancy, like boxed gifts. This is called You Go Girl. It's a super cute mug inside with inspiring women. So those will go in our bag. Do we want this one? And what the heck? Let's have a book, because books make great gifts. Speaking of that, best gift books, these two, for graduates or anyone. I'll talk more about those another time. But then we kind of expanded into gifts that I was surprised we would. For example, candles. And at first I thought it was a comfort box thing, but I think what's different about our gifts is that we really, really curate hard. I only buy things that I've tried and I can say you will love. And so we started with like author candles, and those were okay, but they weren't really all about the soy and the fragrance. And so we moved past like book related candles, and now we sell, I think, just the best, most beautiful candles. And of course, in your raffle prize, you'll pick one of these new ones that are handmade with things like Chicago, You Are Loved, Wheaton, there's Glen Ellen, You've Got a Friend, which is my favorite. Some things that, again, I tried to stick really close in my gifts, and still do, with things you need when you read. And for me, that is always a bag, because I always have a couple books with me, and I want to go and sit for a while, so I pack my bag. These Hannah bags are small. This is, I think, maybe 99, and then boat bag, which is much bigger, just maybe 109. I gave it to all of my female graduates last year, whose graduation parties I couldn't go to, for their weekend bag to come home, or their book bag. Also, we think that you need blankets when you read, because let's face it, yes, it's coming on May, but you guys, let's be serious. We're still going to need blankets for a little bit, especially if you're so into your book, you stay out past dusk. So those, again, are very nice. Totally gift, maybe, I don't know, $99. And this is brand new. Picnic blankets, which are fabulous. Looks like those are $105. So great for mom who wants to go away, sit down, or bring you guys with, no matter what the weather. They're absolutely lovely. Will become a heirloom. I guarantee you will not throw those away. Again, jewelry. We started making them like mini greeting cards was all we sold. And so we love these. There's a little message with a piece of either a bracelet or a necklace, even earrings. And then we kind of moved into, we tend to be sort of cause-oriented, and This Is Love is, they have handmade bracelets from 10 countries around the world. A woman started this because in her travels she discovered these amazing women who definitely needed jobs from home and were terrific artisans. The other thing that I really look at in my gifts is something to make a book even more special. And I love these. I talked to them about them a little bit yesterday. They are handmade pewter spoons. They are very hefty. This is a coffee spoon. They have phrases on them, and I just love the idea of pairing those with a cookbook in your gift giving. So you guys, some of all of this is going to go in a giant basket of gifts, candy, and all the gifts that we really value. And I hope you come try and win it. And I hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough. It definitely took a village.